Ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Proverbs 28:13. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. For the last 6 weeks, our pastors have been leading us through the book of Proverbs every single day, a proverb that matches the chapter of the day. And if all you did was to watch Refuel, you could very easily come to the conclusion that these pastors are perfect, that every word they say is clear, it's understanding, it's relevant to the text. And just by watching the screen, that you could assume that there is a success about them that they don't actually have. But it probably also wouldn't surprise you if I told you that not every Refuel taping goes exactly as planned, that there are times in which our production team has to make edits, mistakes are made, and these perfect pastors aren't so perfect. Watch this. So what's the tallest? This is the tallest I can be. And then I go like,
We're going to start in verse 19. We're going to start in verse 17, and I'm going to read all the way through verse 19. We're going to start in verse 16, I believe it is. I'm going to start again. All right, we're going to start reading. I'm going to double check these references because I might have got that wrong. It is 16. Okay. You should nip it in the bud. Lemon on the lips. Hit them on the minute. Got my two touch. Okay.
A 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay.
You're good to go.
I'll.
Looking right at that camera.
All right then. Good.
3, 2, 1. All right. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. No, I want to start over. And so I was literally, nope, we're starting over. Golly.
Okay. That's on me. We had it going perfect. All right, final cut. 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into this Refuel Devotional. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into this We're off to a great start. The thing that I believe Solomon wants us to remember here is that God is all. Let me give you some very practical and theological implications. Let me start that over. We can be generous to people because we know. Can you clean it up a little? Yeah. A lot.
Let's walk with wisdom. Let's start over.
Okay.
That's a good warm-up.
1 Corinthians chapter 3. I'm going to itch my nose vigorously right now.
This has been a really impactful proverb. Let's just start over. Just kidding. Erase. Uno más.
I want to give you a really great example of this. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do that again. I want to give...
Isn't it funny how these perfect pastors really aren't so perfect? And that doesn't surprise you. It doesn't surprise me either. The reality is that we all make mistakes. And yet it's very easy in this Instagram kind of photoshopped world to just project a perfection that's out there and then to try to live by that standard. You know what the problem with that is? None of us can live by that standard. In order to do so, we have to push people further and further away from the inside of us, lest they get too close to us and to understand that we're just as broken and sin-filled as anybody else. This proverb talks about whoever conceals their sins does not prosper. But instead, if we will confess, if we will renounce them, we will find mercy. The very base level of Christianity is a recognition of our own sinfulness, a confession of our own brokenness. Jesus himself said that the kingdom of heaven belongs to the poor in spirit. These spiritual beggars who now recognize our tremendous need for God and will confess it as quickly as anything. I wonder today, would you have the courage to show your unedited clips, not just to anybody, not to broadcast them out to anyone, but to pick just the right person, to choose it to God and at least one other person to peel back the covers and show your mistakes, to recognize your need, to confess, maybe for the first time, that I struggle, that I need help, that ultimately I need forgiveness. What the proverb says here is ultimately what Jesus is going to say, that to the person who is willing to admit their need, they're going to find mercy. But to those of us who continually try to project a strength and a power of unedited perfection, we are forever going to struggle. Jesus already knows your sin. Why don't you confess it to him and to one other and experience the mercy that he wants to give to you?
Great.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.